Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look. So it's just a very glowy, natural look. You've got your winged eyeliner and a nude lip. So this is perfect for if you're going to work, if you're going to uni, if you don't have much time on your hands to do your makeup in the morning. This is definitely a routine that you can use. Definitely, you know, fit it to your needs and to your time restraints, I guess. But yeah, if you want to know how to get this look, keep watching. So first I'm going to take the Nars Oil-Free Pore Refining Primer, and I'm just going to pop some of that. You just want a little bit. So with clean hands, I'm just going to rub that all over my face. And my skin is usually oily, so I don't use a moisturizer. This primer is pretty moisturizing, I find anyway, so you're not missing out on any moisture here. But if you have dry skin, then I would recommend definitely using a moisturizer. So next is color correction. So if you have bags underneath your eyes or dark spots on your face that you want to color correct, or even around your mouth, like my skin is definitely not an even skin tone as much as I wish it was, but you can fix that. So by color correcting, you can get color correcting palettes, but I mean, because this is an everyday, simple, quick and easy, off to work, off to school, off to uni, you don't want to be sitting there for 10 minutes just color correcting. So I am going to be using the Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid by Urban Decay, and it's the peach color corrector. So I'm just going to take some of that and apply it just to my under eyes and to the top of my lids as well. I find that it primes your eyelids really well as well. And then I'm just going to apply it around my mouth and on the sides of my nose and just in the middle here. And I tend to have dark spots here in my cheeks. I don't know what they are from. I could just be the fatness of my cheeks, but I like to do that as well. And that, it tends to help that. I know, looks great, doesn't it? Then just gonna blend it out with a damp beauty blender. So now that we have color corrected, we're going to go in with foundation, and today I'm going to be combining, which is what I usually do because I find that I'm in between shades. Some shades are too pink for me, some are too yellow, some just don't look right. So I'm using my MAC Studio Fix in NC40 and the Nars All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in medium 4, and it's called Barcelona. So I'm mixing those two together. You have to give this one a really good shake because it is such a fluidy foundation. And I mean, if you have a mixing palette, you can pop it on a mixing palette. So all I do is squirt some onto the back of my hand, and then just mixing my All Day Luminous with my Studio Fix. Then I like to use these oval brushes. I know that the proper name for them is the Artiste brushes, or that's the brand, I guess. These are very expensive if you were to buy the real ones. However, I did find a pack of, I think there was 10 of these on eBay for about $23 or so, and they work super really good. I stopped using my foundation buffing brush and I only use this now, so it's actually, you'll see, it blends out foundation really nicely. So then you just want to apply your foundation all over your face, and of course you want to get a foundation that matches your neck. So I mean, if you fake tan like I do, you want to try and get it something very similar. Some people may ask about the durability on these brushes. I've had these for a little while now and they're still going strong. You just want a nice even coat of foundation. And I mean, if you need more, go for more. if you don't use it or whatever that you've got in your hand, pop it in a little container. I mean, why not? You can probably use it later on. And you really need to blend it into your ear, a little bit down your neck, and a little bit into your hairline. If you blend your foundation too much into your hairline, I'm sure, as most of you know, you will get white here, especially if you have dark roots like I do. If you have blonde hair, maybe it might not show up so much, but yeah. So you just want to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. You've got an even coat. So now that we've got our foundation on, it is time to conceal. So concealing not only hides any blemishes you may have on your skin, but it also brings definition to your face. So we're going to contour a little bit later as well, and this will it'll brighten up your face. So I'm probably going to use, this is like my everyday concealer. I use the Nars Creamy Concealer in Custard, or I mean, if you want like a drugstore alternative, you can use the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer. I think this is in Classic Beige. These two shades are very, very similar. If I run out of this, I always have like 3 or 4 of these that I buy from Chemist Warehouse if they're on sale. So that's definitely a good alternative to if you can't get your hands on this Nars concealer. Want to just apply a concealer underneath your eyes in kind of like a triangle motion. So take it out, and then you also want to conceal from here down, and just kind of fan it out, I guess. You don't want to do a line there because when you blend it out, it might be a little bit hard to blend out. I tend to let my concealer and my cream contour bake for a little while. For those who don't know what the term baking is, it's just a setting method. So I tend to do my brows and I let my concealer and my contour just bake. And then you just want to apply it down the middle of your nose and on the top of your forehead, and also just on your cupid's bow here and on your chin, because especially having a round face like mine, you want to take the emphasis so much off the roundness and you want to chisel it out and you want to give it more definition. So you always want to highlight the middle of our face and contour the sides of our face to make our face look slimmer, especially if you've got a double chin like I do. I think I've got about 10, but we will fix that. I'm just using this MAC concealer. I'm pretty sure the shade is 7.5, which sounds a little bit weird, but you can use any concealer that's quite a bit darker than your skin tone. So you just want to find where the hollows of your cheeks are and just apply that from where your hairline starts, from the top, just coming down a little bit just to create that line, and then flick it up. And same on the other side. And I tend to like to go around my head as well. And I know some people. Now for brows, I'm just gonna fill them in. I mean, I will do an in-depth tutorial on my brow routine. So you just want to comb them through. And then I'm going to outline them in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade. And this is in the shade dark brown, and I've just got a Mecca Cosmetica foolproof liner brush. It's just a little angled brush, and taking just a little bit of that product on your brush, and I tend to use the lid as like a little palette kind of thing, so I can see how much, I can control how much I'm using. So starting from the middle of your brow, just with small strokes, you're just gonna lightly line the brows. You don't want them to look too solid. I mean, I'm definitely known for having some very dark eyebrows sometimes, but we want to make them look as natural as possible. They're flat. brush, and I'm actually going to take some of the concealer that I've got down here, and I'm just going to clean up my brows a bit. By all means, go ahead and get more concealer. But I mean, I've got a lot on my face, so why not use it? So now that our brows are done and our concealer and our cream contour has, I guess, baked for a little while, I'm just going to spritz my face with the MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime water. And I'm also going to spritz my beauty blender. It's already damp, but I mean, it has been sitting here for a little while, so. And then we are just going to blend everything out. So when you're using a beauty blender or a makeup sponge, you just want to make sure that you dab and not pull, because pulling the product will obviously rip it off, and it's probably not that great for your skin as well. So when I blend out my concealer, my under eye concealer, I tend to bring it over my eye because there still is product as you're blending on your beauty blender, so you don't need to add more concealer on top of your eyelid. So I tend to just bring it up, and it sets a nice base. So I never prime my eyelids before I do eyeshadow. I just use this method, and then I bake on top of my eyes with translucent powder. Just blending all that out. This is the only time where I think it's okay to maybe drag your beauty blender a little bit while you're dabbing, only around your forehead. I tend to just do that because it kind of blends it back into your hairline. My shirt is coming off. So you want to blend it out because we want to go for a more natural look. Now to blend our contour. I tend to drag back into my hairline as well, just to kind of, I guess, make it look like there's no big line there. And when you're dabbing this, you don't want to go below that line because you want your cheekbones to look really nice and defined and chiseled. So you can definitely go above that and kind of, I guess, blend it in with your, like almost your line that you had with your concealer. So you can see now it's getting blended. Okay, so now we are all blended and we are going to bake with translucent powder. So I'm going to be using the Rimmel Matte Perfection in Transparent. So it's just a translucent setting powder. So all you do is, I tend to just shake mine up, and you can see there's quite a bit of powder. And then just taking your beauty blender, dabbing some powder, and you just want to place that underneath your eyes where you had your concealer. So baking stops concealer from creasing, it sets it nicely, and it gives a nice finished look. I mean, by all means, if you want to be dewy, definitely go for it. And I tend, like I said before, I tend to bake on top of my eyelids because I don't use an eyeshadow primer. I know this looks ridiculous at the moment. And we're just going to bake under our contour. So just under where we made that line there for our contour, we're going to take some powder and just bake underneath that. So come down. I know a lot of people can't stand the powder beard, but I I find that I have to bake. But it's just my under eyes. I have to bake every day, no matter if I'm yeah, every time I wear makeup I must bake my face. I just find it gives such a nice result. I mean, I don't know what I was even doing before I started baking. I don't even know. I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush, so the little pink one, and I'm just gonna brush away the excess from the top of my eyelids. And just from the middle of my forehead. And this is just setting everything. So I'm setting my brows with this as well. I don't use brow gel. I only really use setting powder. By all means, if you want to use brow gel, go ahead, do it. You know, I'm just showing you the basics, I guess, on how I do things. I'm just gonna take some of the powder off my nose and from underneath my nose. And just from my lips. I'm just going to take the Rimmel Exaggerate. I always say that word really weirdly. Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer Liner. It's a retractable liner, and it comes with a little. I use it as a smudge, like a smudger. But I mean, sometimes it takes off your eyeliner too, so maybe it's meant to be a remover. I'm not too sure what it is. But we're just going to line our upper waterline. So gently pulling up your eyelid and looking down at a mirror. I know it looks a bit ridiculous, but it's the best way to line your waterline. And you just want to slowly, without poking your eye out, just go in and line that waterline. Same thing with the other eye. And now we are actually going to do some wing liner. So using the Bobbi Brown Gel Liner in black ink, and I'm just going to take a fine liner brush. I think this is the Smashbox arched liner brush. So a lot of people have told me that this eyeliner tends to dry out very quickly. I will not lie, the first time that I used it, I found that it did dry out really quickly. The more I use it though, I think you just need to keep mixing the product through. I mean, around the edges it can definitely get dry, but I always pull product up from there and it tends to work fine for me. So I mean, it may seem a little dry. I have sprayed my brush with some Fix Plus before I have done this, and I mean, it thins out your liner a little bit, but I don't know, I love this liner even though it is a little bit dry. Out of all the gel liners that I have tried, which are a lot, as many of you know, I'm known for like my winged eyeliner, but yeah, that's probably my favorite gel eyeliner to use. I will do a in-depth tutorial on wing eyeliner as well, so if you don't catch it today, that's fine, doesn't really matter. But I know a lot of people say don't pull your eye. I always pull my eye. I've been doing it for years when I have applied my eyeliner, so I just gently pull on it, and I start in the middle and just above and pretty much on my lash line, and in small strokes I just start applying the product, and then working from the inner corner of my eye, and then I just do one, I guess, swipe motion from the inner corner coming outwards. It just kind of makes that line nice and even. So now we're going to add our little wing. And because this is a daytime look, you know, maybe you don't want such a big full-on wing, but you want a little sassiness. So starting at the corner of your eye, you're just gonna go up. You can take it out as far as you like. I'm just gonna take it out that much, and then you just want to start from, say, about the middle, and you just want to fill it in with literally just filling in the gaps. If you are very new to makeup, you can definitely try the sticky tape method. That helped me a lot when I was first starting out with winged eyeliner. But as I tell everyone that asks me, you know, how do you get your eyeliner so good? It's practice. I could never ever do a wing like this. Ask me like maybe 2 years ago, I could never ever, I wouldn't ever think that I could have done a wing like, even just like a normal wing. This is a normal wing to me. But yeah, practice is the key. Practice makes perfect. By all means, I am no professional, as I've said in my previous videos. I said I'm self-taught. These are just things that I have learned over the years of, I guess, doing my makeup, doing other people's makeup, and it's just techniques that work for me. And I mean, I'm here to share that with you, so you know, try it out. Let me know if it works for you. If it doesn't work for you, I may be able to suggest some other ways to maybe go about it. But I've gone ahead and done this eye as well. So all I did before applying these lashes was I curled my lashes just with an eyelash curler, normal eyelash curler, and then I went in with the Bare Minerals Lash Domination Volumizing Mascara. So I love using that on my top lashes, and for my bottom lashes, and to adhere like my false lashes to my natural lashes, I love using the Too Faced Lash Injection Mascara. It works very nicely. So we're just going to coat our lashes. So now my eyes are done, we are going to get rid of this translucent powder. So I'm taking my MAC Studio Sculpt Defining Powder in medium dark. It's just a little powder compact, like that. And then again with that Real Technique setting brush, I'm just taking a little bit of that and brushing away my bag pretty much. And you'll see it just disappears, this powder. It doesn't add much color to my face, which I like. And I'm just going and getting rid of our contour bake around my chin and anywhere else that you can see any powder. Then I'm going to take this fluffy brush. Now these brushes I got off eBay. They are dupes of the Real Techniques ones, because I find that they are very expensive, and yes, I understand if you can afford those expensive brushes, go ahead and do it. But for people who can't afford it, or if you're just starting out and you want a nice set of brushes, I mean, I wash these, I've used these maybe close to 50 times already, and they are fine. They don't lose their bristles, which I really like, which some of my other more expensive brushes do. And you wash them exactly the same way and they're perfectly fine. So I'm just taking this fluffy brush, and I'm just taking some of that powder, and I'm just going to dust it all over my face just to give like a finished look. All we need to do next is blush. So I'm using the Nars Orgasm blush. I really like this blush because it does have some gold flecks in it. It's a really nice, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a very nice shimmery pink. I really love it. I've hit pan on it, which makes me really sad because I'll have to buy a new one soon. So yes, we're just gonna, you want to smile when you're applying blush, and just apply it to the apples of your cheeks, as well as you just want to bring it up a little bit, so kind of blending it into that contour that we've already got there. You don't want to add too much, otherwise you're gonna look like a clown. I mean, if you add too much, you can always go back in with maybe some of that setting powder or that defining powder, and you can go over it and, you know, soften it a little bit, but always start off with a little bit and you can always build up your color. I always make that mistake, and tend to add too much of something. So I'm just gonna take my Hoola bronzer. This is a Japanese brush. It is just kind of like it's almost like, it is a fluffy brush. It doesn't have a name. Oh yes, it does. It has a number. It is the 324 brush. So whatever that brush is called, that's what it is. But it's really, really good for contouring, I found, and just applying bronzer everywhere. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that Hoola bronzer, and just for my contours, I just want to define that a little bit more. And kind of blending that in with my blush. And bring it up around the temples, up around your forehead. All we have to do next is just give our bottom lashes a coat of mascara, wiggling it back and forth. And now all that's left to do is highlight, which is my absolute favorite part of any makeup, is to highlight. So today I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. These shades are so pretty. I do also have that glow, and that is just amazing. But look at these shades. Look at how pretty they are. Oof. So the shade I'm going to be using is, which one? It's called Moonstone. So I'm just going to take that on a Real Techniques. This is a contour brush. So it just kind of looks like that. And taking Moonstone, and I'm going to mix that with Summer actually. And I'm going to just add that to the highest point of my cheek. Very, very lightly first. Just to ensure that we have got it in the right place. Glowing for the gods. Love highlight. Love, 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 love. Do it to the other side as well. And I kind of like to bring it up just after the brow as well. Kind of just makes your face just pop. Add it down the middle of my nose, a little bit on my forehead. Everyone knows that I love to highlight the tip of my nose a lot. A little bit on my cupid's bow. And also in the inner corners of my eye. That's just going to bring my eye open. It's going to bring my eye to life. So especially if you're really tired and you have to go to work, doing this simple little trick will make your eyes look so much more awake and so much more bright. So you can use your fingers, you can use a brush, but I'm just going to take my finger in the shade Summer, and I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight in the inner corners of my eyes. Just in the very inner corners. So today I'm going to be using the Kylie Jenner lip kit in the shade Exposed. So I'm just going to line my lips, and you can see there is foundation on my lips. That's totally fine, it doesn't matter. So just lining my lips. I don't have the biggest lips in the world, so I do tend to overdraw a little bit. And I know a lot of people don't tend to colour their whole lip in with their lip liner, but I just find it gives it a nicer finish, and it actually makes the lipstick last longer. Then we're going to take our Kylie lip kit and just apply that. I will be doing a review on the Kylie lip kits. And just to set my face, I will be using the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. This is the peach one. It comes in a range of different scents. It smells so good. It smells like peach schnapps. but it comes, I'm pretty sure it comes in mint, lavender, so many different ones. I'm just going to spritz my face with that. I'm going to let it dry. You want to try not to breathe this stuff in, because it does, when you breathe it in, it tastes like you're taking a hit of vodka, pretty much. So this will just ensure that your face stays, your face. I always refer to my makeup on my face as my face, but it'll ensure that your makeup stays put for the whole day. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and leave any questions, comments or suggestions down in the comment bar. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll also leave them in the description box. And yes, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video.